Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer. Today we're going to be checking out the Curt trailer hitch ball mount. Now when it comes to, choosing a ball mount, you want to make sure to get the one that is most appropriate for your particular setup. And it does make a difference actually, you want your trailer to ride nice and level behind your towed vehicle. And when it's doing that, your towing experience is going to be that much better. Everything's just going to ride a lot smoother. So when it comes to picking a ball mount out, there's just a ton of different options out there. From very simple to ones that are adjustable with different size balls and made from aluminum and kind of everything else in between. So it can get kind of confusing, With this one, this would be a perfect setup for those of you that really have, one tow vehicle or maybe two that are really similar in height. And maybe only a trailer or two, again, that are very similar in height. With this one being a fixed type ball mount, you're not really going to be able to adjust it. You can get a drop and a rise if you flip it over, but that's really about it. So, it really doesn't matter as long as you size it appropriately, it's going to work out real well for you. With that said, how to figure that out to make sure that this is the, right size drop or rise for you, all you have to do is grab a couple of measurements, and really only takes a minute to do. The way to figure out, what size drop or rise you need, you're going to take your towed vehicle, the vehicle that you're going to be doing the towing with, back that up to your trailer that you're going to be pulling, and you want to, make sure they're on flat ground and relatively close to each other. Something like this would be just fine. What you're going to do is measure from the top inside edge of your tow hitch opening there down to the ground. You record that measurement and then come over to your trailer, make sure it is level, and you're going to measure from the bottom of your coupler down to the ground. And whatever that difference is, that's going to determine the drop or rise that you're going to need. And for this particular ball mount that we're checking out today, this one is going to have a 4-inch drop, and if we were to flip it over in that upright position, it's going to have a 2 3/4 inch rise. I do want to mention that the ball mount is not going to come included with a ball or a pin and clip. Not really a big deal. You can always reuse, stuff that you already have as long as it's in good condition. Or if you don't have those items and you need to get them separately, you can find them right here at etrailer. With that said, regardless on what type or what you need, you just need to make sure that the shank on the ball is going to have an 1.25 inch, diameter shank. That's what the ball mount is designed to work with. And as far as the pin and clip goes, you just need to make sure it is the 5/8 in size. So pretty standard there, and you should have no issues finding what you need. The ball mount is super thick, really well built, really solid. All the steel and everything is really thick. And so because of that, it's going to have some really good weight capacities. As far as the maximum gross tongue weight rating goes, that's going to be 1,000 pounds. And that's going to be the amount of weight that's pushing down. And as far as the maximum gross trailer weight rating goes, that's going to be 10,000 pounds. And that's going to be the amount of weight that is pulling on it. So the weight of your trailer plus anything that you might have on it. Now keep in mind though, other components can be a limiting factor of that. So for example, you want to make sure to check how much weight your hitch can handle, as well as the vehicle that you're going to be using it on. And you want to make sure to use the lowest weight rating, if that makes sense, for any of those components. So let's say if your hitch was lower than the ball, for example, the ball mount, you'd want to use that number, not the ball mount. That way you don't exceed any of your components specifications. Something that I did notice, this ball mount is relatively long. I mean, it's not, crazy excessive coming all the way out here, but a little bit longer than the average type ones, I would say. Not really a huge deal, honestly, I kind of prefer that a little bit. It gives you a little more room to kind of get in here and work and unhook and everything. But with that said, if you have really short safety chains on your trailer by chance, keep that in mind. You may need to extend them a little bit. If you got longer chains, you'll probably be in pretty good shape. Just something that I wanted to mention. It's really just going to depend on your particular setup there. So the ball mount is designed to work with those 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube openings, so really common. And where the pinhole sits, you know, it's in a good spot. It should work with just about any hitch, you know, unless you have a oddly shallow hitch that this isn't going to be able to plug all the way into, you know, but chances are pretty good. You know, that's pretty standard stuff here. This is going to work with just about any hitch that you might have. So at the end of the day, you know, a really nice piece actually. I definitely would have confidence using it to pull my own trailer around, without a doubt. With that said, you know, there's always more options out there, and I just kind of wanted to touch base on some of those with you guys. You know, I mentioned if you had one particular vehicle that you use a lot, this being a nice setup. You know, if you change tow vehicles a lot or have a bunch of different types of trailers to tow, probably a better solution would be an adjustable type ball mount. A lot of those have different size balls, and you can, you know, move them up and down and however you need to do to get everything level. I've had quite a bit of experience with all of them, and the ones that I'm partial to are the B&W. They make a really nice product, but it's not to take away from the other manufacturers. You know, they're all pretty nice, you know what I mean? And it's really just going to depend on what you're looking for and what you're trying to accomplish. But other than that, you know, that will finish up our look at of the Curt trailer hitch ball mount.